And welcome back to our final round of Swiss for our Pre-Worlds Celebration Tournament here in Pico Rivera, California. Very close to Anaheim. We'll be driving down tomorrow. That's when I'm or not tomorrow when I'm picking up my badge. Thank goodness it's not tomorrow. I have to go to work tomorrow.
We got a couple more days.
We got a couple more days. But in any case, we have Hayley, Aldworth and Hector Vargas playing here. It is on Hayley's side, the Groudon, the Weezing, the Galarian Weezing, the Indeedee female, the Calyrex Shadow Rider, and the Tatsugiri and Dondozo combo. And then on Hector's end, it is the same team that Anthony was running earlier, the Groudon, Miraidon, Chien-Pao, Entei, Jumpluff, and Iron Hands.
Yeah, again, there's no sleep powder on this Jumpluff. It's white clay with screens, which is interesting.
Yeah. And we saw it put up a really nice performance earlier today, so we'll see if Hector can do the same here. I believe the winner of this, both these players are 2-1, so the winner will qualify for Top Cut. It's a top 8 Top Cut.
Yeah, so everything's on the line.
Everything is on the line here.
I think their Groudons are almost exactly the same, where they're both Assault Vest with... okay, it's high horsepower on Hector's and Stomping Tantrum on Hayley's.
Yeah.
I think we are going to see Dondozo for the first time today, for sure.
Yeah. I get the feeling that Hayley is going to bring Dondozo.
Yeah, it's like you don't have to worry about sleep on this team specifically. I honestly don't know, like, how this team does into Donzo. You have, like, Miraidon as your legend.
Yeah, but there are certainly ways for Hayley's team to deal with that sort of issue. So here we have the Neutralizing Gas Weezing coming out. Obviously, Calyrex ignores that for whatever reason. So it does mean that Electric Terrain doesn't go up, and also Sun won't go up if Groudon decides to switch in here. So it's a pretty easy opportunity, to just click Astral Barrage and get some early damage down on these two. Good damage on the Jumpluff, solid enough on the Miraidon. Went to go for the Volt Switch, critical hit, really good damage into Calyrex.
Yeah, that was a very generous hit with Sash.
Yeah.
But it's like almost down to Sash now, so...
Yeah, I mean, and there's a big difference between whatever that would have done without it. That's Groudon. I can read that.
And we'll see Light Screen.
Yeah, which I don't think Jumpluff will take one more Astral, but especially not after a little bit of poison damage, which we'll see here.
Connects on the Groudon, that's pretty big on Groudon. This one's the Assault Vest one, so yeah, any HP is good. Jumpluff can handle a couple more ticks of poison. I think it might be able to take one more if she doesn't go for Astral Barrage, but
yeah, and I don't really see any reason not to go for Astral Barrage right now, unless you want to go for like the extremely hard switch into the Dozogiri right now.
Yeah, I don't think that's necessary. I think you're in a good place as Hayley right now to just go for a double.
I think if you're Hayley, you just play a little bit offensive right now, get that Astral Barrage off, take out the Jumpluff, do a bit of damage to the Groudon. Won't do much, but it'll do a little bit of damage. And it stops the Reflect from going up, which is important for probably Dondozo in the back.
Right. I think we saw it'll be a Strange Steam.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so this is huge that this connects. This definitely picks up.
Ooh, doesn't actually take out the Weezing, though. Weezing will, Chomp on the Citrus Berry, I think,
Yeah, the Citrus Berry, okay. Definitely don't take another ground move, but we could get confused off this, that would be huge.
Oh wow, it does actually get the confused. That is significant.
Poisoned and confused,
man. It's how I'm always feeling.
So we're going to see Donzo come in now. Honestly, it's like, do you even have to hard switch into the Tatsugiri yet, or can you just handle one turn of not? Entei's probably a good pick. I think you still... As Entei, would you still want to go for Sacred Fire and get that burn even if
I think you have to just go hard into that. I think that's your best play here. Although also keep in mind, absolutely no chance Hayley does not protect the Dondozo here. It's probably a Dondozo protect and then a Weezing, either Poison Gas or Strange Steam. I think the only way it's not a Dondozo protect is if the Weezing just immediately switches out, but I think it's staying in here.
Oh, right, we're gonna
I like
see
this.
Terra.
It's gotta be
What's a
normal,
Terra?
right?
Yeah, Terra Normal, Extreme Speed. It has Choice Band as the item.
And I think it just Terra Normaled, so it won't take a super effective Wave Crash or Earthquake.
Yeah. We might not see
Dondozo's gonna
speed.
protect anyways.
Yeah.
I'm the only one who pays attention to Hayley's Dondozo in this way, so I'm always certain like what it's about to do. We'll see if Groudon takes extra damage here. This could be really important. Okay.
Okay. Does it connect, though, to the Weezing? Yes, so that's definitely going down here.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then that brings in the Tatsugiri to go full Dondozo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and at this point, it becomes an issue simply of, okay, does the Sacred Fire burn? And even, like, does the first Sacred Fire burn?
I think, and then Donzo, you might not want to Wave Crash now in the sun, but you still have, like, Order Up and Earthquake. I think it boosts defense
That's
with
true,
Order
yeah.
Up, right? It's just,
No, this is the attack variant.
okay, well,
The
then
plus
that
attack variant.
that could mitigate some burns if we get
It certainly
burned.
can, yeah. 2 order ups will match the burn, but it also means that you're not doing the extra damage that you want to be doing. And it also means that you lose the leftovers recovery, because it just mitigates that, and that's a really important part of playing the Dondozo, but it might just be necessary. It might just be how Hayley has to play this right now, so we'll see. I think it is the Terra Grass on the Dondozo, which
Yeah, it is Terra
I
Grass.
think that was changed somewhat recently.
Yeah, I don't know if you want it to Terra Grass in front of this Entei.
Yeah, not
That's
right now.
locked into
Maybe when
Sacrifice.
the Miraidon comes back out. Okay, hold for burn.
Yeah.
And it does get the burn on the first try. A great job by the Entei. We'll see if the Groudon hits itself in confusion at any point.
Oh.
Sure does there. Little chunk. There's the order up. We'll see Dondozo try to slowly work its way through this Entei, and now this is going to get a lot more difficult for Hayley now.
Yeah, the burn off the first Sacred Fire is huge here. You can Order Up again to get back. You might finish off the Groudon or just let the poison take it out.
Yeah, I think actually, because you do get the leftovers recovery and then you get the burn damage. I think Groudon drops to the next one, so I think you actually just stay on the offensive here. Usually you would want to, it's going to be the Entei switching out. That's got to be the Miraidon coming in because the jump bluff is already down. Yeah, there's the Miraidon. I can read that.
Which is crazy because she went for the Dragon move onto last turn. It's like you're switching into a potential super effective
We'll see.
move.
This could be pretty important if this
Do you hurt
ends up being...
yourself?
Okay.
Crunch, go for the defense drop, I guess?
I think so, but not going to get it. And the order up, good damage into the Miraidon. But it's also not a KO, which is very important, because it means that you force Dondozo to have to choose between a Terra or... Like, you pin Dondozo a little bit here, especially with Entei switching in now.
Yeah, I think if you're Hayley, you like have to go for the Miraidon, or... Well, no, because then you Terra Grass and are weak to the Entei. I think you definitely just go for the Miraidon, so you maybe don't have to Terra.
But keep in mind, though, the Tatsugiri is still here.
It is still here, but
and it has Scarf,
really.
So it will be faster than everything. I do think Tatsugiri actually can clean this up right now. If Dondozo can get one more hit off onto the... And I think this is to see what Entei locks itself into.
Right, so you're locking
into
into
extreme speed. Yeah, it has to lock into extreme speed, I think, because...
Of the Scarf on
because of the Scarf Tatsugiri, but this now means... And the... Is that locked as well for the Miraidon? Yeah,
it's Spec, so it locked into... Was that Draco?
Yeah, that was Draco.
Yeah, you got to account for the Terra Grass.
And I don't know that Draco actually KOs Dondozo from this range. Like, I'm not sure if these two moves actually KO Dondozo from this range. I think they might not. And if they don't, I think that Hayley has a pretty good chance to win this one.
Yeah, I guess we're going to find out now.
The Earthquake here. Alright, here's the extreme speed. It's banded. It's Terra Normal, but it's also against the Dondozo. Not a ton of damage. See the Draco? Ooh, it does pick up the KO.
Yeah, I don't think can Tatsugiri handle an extreme speed Terra Normal.
I don't know, dog. I'm not feeling great about its chances. I won't lie. And you got a Muddy Water here, I think. Yeah, I think Terra Water, Muddy Water is the play here, and hope that you get the accuracy drop or even just the KO out of the...
Yeah, you just have to hold on from this extreme speed. I don't know. I don't think there's enough
I
best
don't
man
know
in the
that
world.
Tatsugiri is bulky enough for that. And I know that it's not bulk invested. I seriously doubt it. Oh, 14 HP!
Okay.
Tatsugiri takes it, but it misses Muddy Water on the
no.
Miraidon. And that means Miraidon has the opportunity, if it hits the Draco, ooh, and that did no damage, and did not get the drop, and Draco Meteor hits, so Hector is definitely going to win that game 1.
Yeah, there was a couple more like luck-based things that could have helped Hayley out there, but it was pretty much sealed when the Donzo went down to the Miraidon.
Yeah, and I wonder, I mean, if there had been even one more turn before the burn landed on Dondozo, that really could have changed things, although at the same time, Groudon getting confused and hitting itself in confusion once was pretty significant for Hayley as well, so I don't really know how that necessarily could have gone, but I wonder if Hayley's going to switch something up here just because the Calyrex, it got a little bit of work done. It got the Jump Fluff out of the way, of course. It got a bit of damage down on the Miraidon and a little bit down onto the Groudon, but it didn't get a lot done, and it did get crit turn 1. I guess that is worth mentioning. But
yeah, that was probably a big deal. I think you could just run that same lead back. It's strong, and it's like you can poison everything on Hector's team with Poison Gas just outright. You could maybe switch to like the Indeedee Expanding Force mode, but that's risking Hector not leading Miraidon. You know, just put it in the back and come back out. For Hector's side, we saw it was Jump Fluff. What was it? Jump Fluff Groudon?
it was Jump Fluff Miraidon, and then it immediately Volt switched out into Groudon.
Okay.
And I like this little change up here from Hayley, and we'll see it in just a moment. I'm curious if Hector wants to change anything up. I think those 4 were very good into this matchup, although Jump Fluff didn't really get much done.
Yeah, I could see dropping Jump Fluff for maybe the Iron Hands to have more electric damage. For
Yeah, that's true.
Or even Chien-Pao for the ability.
I'm gonna see the Miraidon and the
And the Groudon.
and the Groudon. Oh no, that wasn't the Miraidon. That was the Groudon and the Chien-Pao against the Weezing and the Groudon. So lots of Groudons out on the field right now. No Sword of Ruin, no Drought.
They themselves don't really like need Drought without unless they Terra Fire, but
Yeah, that's what I've talked to Hayley about, where it's like, unlike Koraidon, where it's like, ooh, I need to bring the ability shield. It's like, nah, Groudon doesn't really need that. Groudon can just run its moves.
yeah, you can
And just hit Precipice Blades anyways, or miss Precipice Blades anyways. I've seen a lot of Groudon today. Just bump the table.
Yeah, it's really popular. I wonder if it'll make a resurgence at Worlds over like Koraidon.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna see Tatsugiri switch in. Do you think this is a Donzo switch?
It has to be, which is a really interesting play here from Hayley. I mean, you take no damage against these two. Just straight up 0.
Yeah, the ability comes live, but you're getting
Chien-Pao don't do nothing to does not do any damage to Donzo.
Do you have so what's it called, Sacred Sword? No, it doesn't have Sacred Sword. It has Ruination. That might be good.
Ruination is actually really important.
Yeah, I think that would probably do more damage than like something like Sacred Sword or specifically.
Absolutely,
on
Ruination do about as much damage as you can do to Dondozo in this situation without a crit. Oh wow! But went for the Ruination in the wrong slot. And the Precipice Blades misses the Tatsugiri and misses the Dondozo.
Oh,
wow!
Well, that was a really good switch. Nothing happened. Nothing.
It was a good switch for now, and we'll see if that ends up working out next turn. Because we'll probably see the Ruination hit the Dondozo now. And some of it will be a question of like, okay, can Hayley clean this up without the Dondozo? Because we'll see that. We'll see the Precipice Blades. Can it hit the Dondozo? Yes. Okay. Dondozo gets hit this time. Shouldn't do much damage. That did a lot more than I thought it would, actually.
Yeah,
I guess that's a Sword of Ruin.
Almost half. Not quite. Or about fourth, I guess. Decent chips on both. Like, God, I guess you're gonna have to see it protect you to get all the HP back you can.
Absolutely.
Because you can't.
No chance that. Okay.
wrong.
Never mind.
Ruination again.
Picking a different read or just not thinking that you're gonna take the hit. And there's the high horsepower.
Oh,
does get the KO.
Wow. See, that's the drawback of bringing Danzo Tatsugiri. You can't bring. She hasn't been able to bring both her restricteds to the same match because you keep bringing this Wheezing.
But I also think there's an advantage to that, and that Dondozo is kind of its own restricted in a way.
Yeah,
at least in terms of the amount of effort that you have to pay to it in any given game.
Yeah, but you get the drawbacks of like not being able to switch or like
yeah. There's definitely a lot of downsides, and Hector's doing a great job of taking advantage of this team right now.
No, we can't forget about Tatsugiri.
Tatsugiri, it is the Scarf Tatsugiri. It does have a little bit of value here, and I think with the Icy Wind, like that's a nice thing about bringing out the Dondozo Tatsugiri early is that they get the Icy Wind for later. Sucker Punch, that shouldn't KO, yeah. It does a lot of damage, but won't KO. You get the Icy Wind off, and now does Precipice Blades hit?
Yeah, it needs to definitely connect to both right now to stay in the game.
Yeah.
Probably should outspeed now that a speed drop's happened.
Yeah, no doubt.
There we go. We get a double connect. That'll pick up the Groudon. Ooh, no.
Doesn't get the Groudon, although, well, I guess it means the Groudon still gets a hit off now. Assuming it doesn't double miss Precipice Blades. Okay, it doesn't.
No, that's going to pick up the Tatsugiri.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, and that does a decent chunk of damage to Groudon, who really needs to maintain that HP right now. Although, honestly, I guess it depends on what the last Pokemon is for Hector, because the Miraidon doesn't do a lot to the Groudon right now. There is the Miraidon.
Yeah, I think you just go for Draco Meteor again. And
I think you have to, and then it's just a question of does that get the KO from this range?
Weezing shut off the terrain, which...
Well, and also keep in mind that if you go for the Draco Meteor, and Groudon drops this turn, then Miraidon can't do anything to Weezing.
Oh, right. Yeah, and you can just poison it.
Yeah, and you can just poison it, or just click Strain of Steam a couple times.
Yeah, I think I like Poison Gas. Like, you're risking Groudon attacking you, but, like, we saw that you can for sure live.
Yeah.
And it would be so, like, nice to be able to poison and be able to get behind Protect, even. The Groudon is Assault Vest, so you won't get to, like, stall with poison, but, like, the Weezing can stick around.
See Hector's Terra here. It's going to be the Miraidon, which makes a lot of sense. The Miraidon is Terra Fairy, which again makes a lot of sense here. Probably has to lock into the Dazzling Gleam here. No, it's Electro Drift.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to
get
rid
a
of this.
little bit of a dangerous one. Ooh, and Weezing takes the hit. That, I think, might... it depends on what the last Pokemon is. It depends on what the...
Well, it does it outspeed after that drop from Icy Wind.
Yeah, and the Precipice Blades double connects. That was also really important.
Yeah.
The Precipice Blades double connect, so now the Miraidon is stuck and can't do anything to the Groudon. So now it's just a question of what the last Pokemon is and whether it can do anything to Groudon.
Yeah, what is that? Probably the Entei, you think?
Probably the Entei, yeah, that's Entei. Does it get the Groudon here? It's gonna be tough.
You could use Sacred Fire.
Could use Sacred Fire. The Terra's still available as a thing, though. I think at this point there's no reason... Oh, wait, no, you can't Terra, though, because then you can get hit by Electro Drift.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. This is a bit of a interesting read situation.
Yeah,
here.
it's just a guessing game on whether or not this Groudon Terras, which it is. We're gonna see the Terra. It's Terra Fire
Terra here.
I guess you have to Terra Fire to survive a fire move from Entei, but
it's mostly just not to get burned by the Sacred Fire here, but we'll see if Hector calls that out and goes for the Electro Drift into that slot. It's the Extreme Speed. And the Electro Drift into the Weezing.
And now we gotta see if this the Precipice Blades connect.
Yeah, the Precipice Blades hitting the Miraidon is game altering right now. It's series altering. And first we'll see Hadron Engine come up.
And will the sun come up again? Yeah.
Oh yeah, it sure will.
Oh,
uh-oh.
Miss. Who'd it miss?
Oh, the Miraidon!
Yeah.
Oh, no! Takes out the Entei, but I think the Electro Drift is probably going to take out the Groudon.
The Terra. Terra. You should have not Terra, but you can't know what.
Yeah, and I mean, getting burned probably resulted in a loss. There's the Electro Drift. It will probably KO.
Yeah, I don't think it's all best conceived.
Yep, there it goes. And Hector plays very well and gets bailed out on that last turn for a 2-0 victory. He should be heading top cut now. A very well played one there.
Yeah, and that was like an interesting, like that was like a good alternate side to that team because we never even saw Anthony bring the Entei, but you can see that it put in like major work.
Yeah,
and yeah, it was just like unfortunate. That Terra, that 50-50 guessing game, like you just don't get it. Like how you get 50-50 burned on the first game. It's just like a lot of 50-50 coin flips mattered.
Yep, but that's Pokemon.
Yeah.
And so we will take a quick break. We're going to tabulate all of our results, and we will be back with the quarterfinal round. So don't go anywhere. Try to have the straight.
It's like